Hi, my name is Evan, and in 676 days, I'll be 40 years old. And in that time, I want to be better at closing loops and being less self-conscious about answering my call. And this is sort of a practice now. I don't know how daily vloggers like Casey Neistat do it. I'm not even that much in public. I'm on my morning walk, and I'm feeling self-conscious about holding the camera in front of my face. So some of the things I've been working on, I want to kind of go through. I feel like there's a lot, but I also know that sometimes when I feel like there's a lot on a list, once I actually make the list, it's not that big of a list. So I'm gonna go through the things I do on a daily basis to manage my health, my physical health, and my spiritual health. I just want to lay out the routine. Not that it's very exciting or interesting, but I mean, it is to me. But I'm working on consistency and closing loops this year, and being someone who finishes things. So I'm going to do that on the vlog here. So I'm out here in the polar vortex, and it actually has been much worse, but I wanted to show you some of the fun we've had with the cold. The kids and I made a cloud the other day, so at the end of the video I'll show you the cloud we made. It was pretty fun. One of the things I want to be doing every day is going on a morning walk like this, and I haven't been doing it. I feel like I go through these times where I'm really consistent about it and times where I'm not, and lately I've not been consistent. So here I am, I'm doing it today, hopefully doing it tomorrow. I think that's the thing, like I've got about, and like I said, we'll see when the list is complete if it's really as much as I think, but I feel like it's this whole list of things that if I really were to do the things I want to do every single day, I can't tell if it's where I would need more hours in the day to complete it all, or if I just need to be more disciplined. And that's one of the things I'm working on right now. I also want to model, through this process where I'm going to make my list and look at my daily routine and my schedule and see what needs to be changed, is I want to model this idea of living the self-examined life. I mean, I can't make a decision about whether my routine is good or bad unless I really map it out and know what it is. And, I think we all have got an idea of what my routine is and why I want it to change and why I'm disappointed in myself for doing this or not doing that. But until I really map it out, how am I really going to be able to make a good assessment? And there's so many things in life that are like that. We might think we know what we know, but until we really kind of map it out and examine it, and then we can decide what to keep and what to change. And so I'm going to be going through that today, but I'm going to get inside before I finish the list or even start it at this point. All right, back inside. I'm gonna go make some coffee and we'll get started. So I think it might be good to show you on my calendar what my ideal day would look like. Okay, here's the schedule that is my normal workday schedule. And what I'm finding is, as I make this, that I don't really have a lot of extra time. I don't really have any extra time to kind of insert something new. If there's something I wish I could get done, I've got to try to squeeze it into these categories already. And that's what I'm doing. But I think what needs to happen is I'm working on actually following through. So getting up on time, 5:15. This morning it was 6:15, and that squeezes out a bunch of this stuff. I mean, we still did Tabata. I went on my walk. I did some of my quiet time, but I didn't have to work today. Like if I have to work, that really eliminates a lot of the morning routine. Going to work's pretty much established. I mean, I can't skip that. Then the evening workout. Since I started vlogging, I've been doing my evening workout every time I've been scheduled to do it, which is amazing. And then family time. I want to try to cherish and protect that, so Liz and I don't work on Epic every day or do other things during this time. Sometimes, if the kids have a kids club or some different things, but usually this is protected time. And then from 8:15 to 9:15, we work on Epic every day, almost every evening. And And then we start getting the kids ready for bed, and we do some of our bedtime stuff, like get ready for the next day and, finish up whatever's going on with dinner, dishes and stuff. And then we try to have no screen time until we go to sleep. So the day is pretty full. And I think I'm finding that what I need to be working on, and I'm happy to be able to say it on the vlog, is consistency. And so I will try to stay checked in about consistency. I want to be a consistent person. And so that's the goal, because I think this is a pretty solid schedule. Looked at back at that clip I just did on my calendar, and I sound like I'm half asleep, which I am. I mean, I started recording this morning, and now it's, it's during the work block time. It's 8:30. So it's been a weird vlog today, and that's fine. Now coming up is I had an errand to run that I was planning on it, but I hadn't really thought about how much time it was going to take. So I went on this errand and I recorded a few more thoughts in the car, and then I wrapped it up. There's a problem. Red flash.
We just heard music there from Dr. Dog. That was a song from 2010 called Take Me Into Town.
Well, I don't believe in irony or coincidence, but it's kind of funny that I'm making this video on a day that's not my normal routine, and I'm not even having time. I'm barely squeezing in time to make this video. I didn't wake up at 5:15. It was closer to 6:15, and since then we did our routine really well, but then it was like all of a sudden it was 10 o'clock, time to run some errands, time to go places, and so doing this part here. But I think the takeaway for me looking at my day mapped out like that on my calendar is that I like that setup. I like that routine, doing those things in that order. I mean, the big chunk of the JOB, I'm working on changing that, but the part that's gonna alleviate that is that 1 hour in the evening from 8:15 to 9:15. And so that's the thing where it's like, well, I don't really know how much more time I have to dedicate to Epic every day. On the weekends, Liz and I usually do a couple more hours. We'll do a longer work block, but so that's where I try to do the best schedule I think I can do, and let go and let God bring about the results that He sees fit. But I think the big takeaway mostly is that, and it's what I know I'm working on this year, is being more consistent with just being responsible to do the little everyday things. And I think that's one of the reasons we called Epic Every Day is because it is epic every day, even if it just looks like you're getting up, you're working out, you're having your quiet time with God, you're going to do your job faithfully. I should start using I now. It's epic for me. If I do those things, if I come home and I see my family and I'm present with them, if I work diligently on this side project that I hope becomes a main project with my wife, whom I love working with here. We're learning about each other, we're learning about ourselves, and I want to be engaged in the self-examine life process. And so that's what this video is, looking at my daily routine and seeing, am I that far off the mark? And I think my ideal is pretty good, and I think it's actually doable. That's one of the things I want to have it doable. I start to get overwhelmed because I haven't even still, after making this video, clearly defined what all the little things are. And so I definitely want to do that. But I also see that the things that I already have been able to list and work into my routine can be tightened up, and I can be more faithful and more responsible. And I actually am really drawn to that idea. I like consistency, and when I don't when I'm not consistent with myself, I get frustrated. What are your priorities, and how are you going to fit those into your daily routine? We all have 24 hours. We're all rich in that extent, and there's plenty of time to do what you're supposed to be doing, to do what God wants you to do and to answer that call. Nobody needs to have 26 or 30 or 40 hours in a day. Nobody needs to stay up all night or all day, depending on your work schedule, and get extra work in when other people are, sleeping. And God's very intentionally given everyone the same amount of time on this, on a day on the earth. And He's called us to do certain things. So our main job here is to be connected with God and to figure out what those things are and honor and worship God through the doing of them. And that is my constant goal, and I'm happy to share part of that process with you. I haven't forgotten about the cloud and the polar vortex. So here is the cloud that our family made the other day when it was really, really cold. So long, guys. I thought it was going to go that way.